Hello, beautiful women, and welcome to day 7 of Circle Skills. And today we're diving into ritual and ceremony. So welcome to my page if you're new here and just discovering this series. My name is Mitlay Saudi. I'm a circle holder, intuitive guide, and founder of Circle School. And I'm really on a mission to help as many women as possible experience the transformative power of circles. And so this Circle Skills course is a beautiful journey through the skills that we embrace, through the skills that scaffold us as circle holders, to equip us to hold a safe, or at least safer, and sacred space for the women who are called to sit in circle with us, whether that's in person or online. So if you're just joining this series, I suggest you go back and watch them. You don't have to watch them in order, but if you can catch up on them, that will be amazing. And when we've finished, I'll pop them into a playlist so that they will be easy to work through in your own time. So today we're looking at ritual and ceremony and a concept that I share in Circle School, which I call ritual within. It's self-created ritual. So we're not going down the path of cultural appropriation and taking things that, bright and shiny and we like the look of them. We're going within to reconnect to our lineage, our roots, our modalities, our heritage. What are the examples of ritual and ceremony that we have grown up with? What resonates with us? What is it that is ours to share? And to be very clear that we're not taking from others and profiting from their ceremonies and rituals when we haven't been initiated into those or don't have the right to do so. So depending on the types of circles that you're holding, this may be a large part of your circle or just a small part, but it is a part of most women's circles because it's a beautiful way for us to come together with a common purpose and to share that intention. And when we add intention, when we're sharing ritual, there is a potency there that allows us all to step. It's what helps us step into that different dimension of time and space, away from everything that's going on in our worlds. So I just invite you, as always, to take a few moments to join me, just closing down your eyes or gently lowering your gaze, bringing one hand to rest at the center of your chest on your heart space, or two hands. And we just take a few moments to arrive into this space together, just focusing on your breathing in and out. Just notice the natural rhythm of your breath. And as you do so, just gently drawing your awareness from any distractions in the space, in the environment that you're in. Just consciously drawing your awareness inwards. Breathing in and out, you come to whatever it is you're sitting on, standing on, coming into your physical body, coming into your heart space. And just taking a few moments here, and with the in-breath, calling yourself present, and with the out-breath, just softening, relaxing into whatever it is that you're sitting on or standing on or lying on. And breathing in and consciously calling yourself present, and breathing out and just softening, releasing, relaxing. Breathing in and calling yourself present. Breathing out, just softening, releasing, relaxing. And from this place together we step over the threshold, setting a joint intention to create a safe and sacred container between us, trusting that all that comes through serves us and the greater whole. Taking a deep breath in, releasing it gently through your mouth. When you're ready, gently blinking open your eyes. Welcome. So I'm going to talk about ritual and how really to the lens, I guess, through which I recommend that you look at ritual when you're sharing that in your circles. So for some, this can be a little bit intimidating, especially if you don't already engage in ritual in your daily life. And that's when we start to look outside of ourselves and see what we can gather from around. So thinking firstly is, what is ritual to you? And when you're watching the replay or the after party, please do share in the comments, what is ritual to you? What does it conjure up? What does it mean to you? And just pop that in the comments. It is often associated with religion, or some people associate it with witchcraft, or woo-woo, depending on your experience and upbringing, lineage, heritage, all of those things. So it's important just to get a definition for yourself and see what it brings up for you. You may be very comfortable with it, and you may be very uncomfortable with it. So just see where you sit with that. I also like to remind us all that in the last several hundred years, if not thousands of years, women have been excluded from conducting ritual and ceremony in many public arenas. And so there's a kind of collective fear around this. And if we look at the witch hunts, some of that work, healing, midwifery, but also that was gathering with women and sharing ceremony and ritual together. And so it was dangerous. So that can still be part of our collective fear, which holds us back from wanting to step into this role, from wanting to share ceremony. There's a sort of fear that we're not allowed to, we're going to get into trouble. That good girl archetype can come up and be like, whoa, you don't want to be doing that. That's dangerous. That is dangerous work right there. So as we start to uncover those ideas, those beliefs we may have about ritual, we start to look at ritual in a different way. And this is really an invitation for you to define ritual how you wish to. What does it mean for you? How do you want to share it in your circles? For me, it is an intentional, sacred act. It can be short, it can be long. There are so many different ways to bring ritual, both into our lives, but also into our circles. And it will be easier for you to share ritual and ceremony in your circles if it's part of your daily practice. So if you see ritual perhaps as a sacred pause in your day, maybe a form of rest, maybe a time for connection with yourself and what really matters to you. It is also a tool. It's a potent tool that we can use to support us wherever we are, whatever is happening for us. And through our practice of using that in our daily lives, we become practiced at sharing that in circle with others. I believe as humans that we have an inherent need for ritual. There's something about it that draws us in. There's something about it that resonates with us at a deep, deep level. And so as we step into that role of circle holders, we're reclaiming that. And we're reclaiming that through this process of creating our own daily ceremonies, honoring our cycles, our rhythms, and bringing our awareness to the seasons, to the natural world, and seeing how we wish to celebrate that, to honor that, to take that sacred pause, to act with intention. And what I really want to share with you around why this is a skill is that we don't need to be taught ritual and ceremony. Of course, we can learn and we can witness others and we can experience it when we attend other people's circles. But I really invite you to go within, to reconnect, to remember what is sacred to you, to reclaim your own intuitive capacity for the types of rituals and ceremonies that you wish to engage with and you wish to share. And really give yourself permission, or let me give you permission to enjoy it and to create your own personal rituals that you then will be excited to share rather than afraid to share. Hello, Katrina. Welcome. Thanks for joining me live. Shared experience, way of bringing each other to a shared experience and giving each other a way to contribute, yes, to something bigger than ourselves. We're making a stage event, rite of passage. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, beautiful. So ritual can be used in so many ways. And as I said, it's also a tool. So we don't need to be afraid of it. It's not something that is a secret. It's a tool. It's a way of engaging. It is a way of focusing our intention on meaning. It's a skill that we can develop to enhance each moment of our lives. So we begin with intention. And I always ask you questions because I really like you to reflect. I really offer you the opportunity to reflect rather than just consuming. So what is your experience of ritual? That might be in your family, in your culture, in your religion, in your tradition, your spiritual practice, events, circles, etc. that you have been to. What's your experience? What is sacred to you? What matters to you? What do you consider sacred in your life? And how do you feel about reclaiming ritual in your life? And then how do you feel about sharing ritual in circle? What is that bringing up for you at this moment? That may change, and these are questions we can use to check in along the journey. But right now, what is that bringing up for you, and how does that feel? And I just offer you this term of self-created ritual. I also do a ritual within course where we explore this a little bit more. But what does self-created ritual mean to you? What does that term mean to you? What does it bring up for you? So I invite you to think about ritual in terms of your daily life. What are you already doing? So a great place often to start is what can be considered routines or habits, and tweaking them to ritualize them, to start bringing in elements of ritual to the things that we're already doing, as opposed to creating completely new rituals to start engaging with. So you might wish to ritualize your morning routine, how you make your tea or your coffee. You can do that just on autopilot, putting the kettle on, scrolling through Facebook while you're waiting for it to boil, plopping a tea bag in a cup and then gushing it down, or probably not finishing it because you've got so many other things to do. Or you can have a beautiful teapot, use loose leaf tea, actually wait while the boiled water comes to the boil. Just be truly present with the whole process. Make that tea, allow it to steep, drink it out of a beautiful cup, use that as your morning contemplation or journaling time. And it doesn't necessarily have to take any longer, but it can be really intentional and meaningful and have a completely different impact on your day and how you feel. You can bring ritual to your daily walks, being really mindful and intentional, perhaps asking yourself a question as you set out on that. I talk about walking quests. Asking yourself a question at the beginning and then walking with intention, really noticing your feet, noticing your landscape, noticing what's going on around you, not listening to a podcast or catching up on something else, maybe not even taking your phone with you, not capturing it for social media, but just being truly present, and then seeing afterwards through a journaling practice what came through in answer to your question. Maybe watching the sunrise, or how you have your morning shower, or how you make your breakfast. We can look at your evening routines, we can look at other things that you do during the day, but just choose one perhaps and start to see how you could ritualize it. And the reason for this, I know this isn't in circle, but the more you bring that to what you're already doing, the easier and more graceful it will be for you to share ceremony in circle. And then the other part of ritual in terms of your daily life, your personal life, is really those events that we celebrate. So it might be birthdays or a new job, or celebrating a friend's achievements, celebrating your own achievements, just looking around how you bring celebration into your life. And again, whether that's very much on autopilot, or you do things that you think you should do. There's a way that the family have always celebrated birthdays and we do it like this. Could you perhaps bring more meaningful purpose to that? And right back at day one, we talked about intention and meaningful purpose, and that is the theme that weaves its way through all of our work as circle holders. So really start to think about creating your own rituals during your day, but also for those bigger events, those bigger celebrations. So then when we translate that into our role as circle holders, you can start to use your imagination, draw on that experience for how would you like to share ritual and ceremony in that space. So one of the simplest but yet very profound ways to do that, for example, is co-creating your centerpiece in a circle. So you may wish to begin that process so that as the women enter your space and you invite them across the threshold, there's already, you're already tuning into their senses. There's already maybe candles lit or incense burning if you use incense, or essential oils. There may already be flowers. But then to invite the women to help finish off the creation of that. So I will often ask women for my open circles to bring an item with them to add to the centerpiece. So that may be an item of means something to them personally that they wish to have the energy of the circle imbued with. If you have a theme, it may be something that represents the theme for them, so that you create this beautiful centerpiece around that theme. You may wish to bring a basket of petals and create nature art as your centerpiece, allowing every woman to add her petal or her stone or whatever it is. So it's a really simple co-created ritual ceremony, but it's profound, and it is such a connecting element of circle. And there may be other rituals and ceremonies that you can share through that. So that's, again, something we explore in more depth in Circle School. But just giving yourself that permission to self-create, to use what you know, to practice what is good for you, and stepping aside and away from needing to appropriate from other cultures where you haven't been initiated into it. You don't have the right to profit from that. And we're talking about us who are holding circles very much as part of our businesses. But even if you're holding them within your community, be really clear that what you're sharing is congruent with who you are and what you wish to share in that space. So I hope that is helpful. That's like a mini introduction to self-created ritual. It's something I'm very passionate about, being really clear that you have permission to create your own rituals that you don't need to take from other cultures, to really draw on your own lineage and your own history, to give yourself permission to have fun with it and to enjoy the process, and to invite the women in your circles to co-create that with you. So you'll be leading and sharing, but every element of circle is a co-created process. So always remind yourself of that. If you get caught up in, I don't know how to share this in the circle space, you will know, and you'll all experience that together. Okay, my loves. Thank you so much for those who've jumped on. Katrina, thank you for being here. I agree there is something special about ritual. I need to bring it into my life more. Beautiful. The absence of participating in groups around a shared goal or purpose is a lack in the lives of many. It's a potent way of underlining belonging. Yes, absolutely. Hello, beautiful Shilpa. How are you, my love? And Bianca, nice to see you. I'm sorry, I'm just finishing up, but you can pop back and watch the replay. So, or the after party, I think we're calling it these days. So thank you so much for joining me. These will all go into a playlist. This is day 7, and we're talking about ritual and ceremony. The Holding Space Immersion starts on Monday, so there's still time to jump in and catch up on the content that's already there so that you can join the live round. And Circle School starts on September the 30th. And I would love to welcome you in there. The Holding Space Immersion is a prerequisite for that, but it's also a standalone course. So you can dip your toe in that and see if you want to continue with us in Circle School. And that's all I've got for you today. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will be back tomorrow with day 8. Mwah! Bye for now.